Phil, how are you today?
Doing good, Jeff. How are you?
Good, good. Many of the audience out there might know Phil Riebel. He was with Two Sides North America for several years and did a great job helping to promote sustainability for print and paper. And Phil now has started a new venture. He's the president of Sustainable Paper Group. And with that, he is starting a new initiative for carbon balanced paper. Um, Phil, I think I'll let you give us a little history on the Carbon Balanced Paper Initiative and how it's being launched here in North America.
Yeah, no problem. I'd be happy to, Jeff. A carbon balanced paper is a way for organizations to offset the carbon impacts of their paper and print communications. It's been very successful in Europe and the UK. It's been underway there for about 10 years. And we've decided to launch it in North America. In fact, we launched last week. That's been planned now for over a year. And one of the reasons was that the market here, there's a need in the market, I believe. A lot of companies are making climate change commitments or carbon commitments to reduce their environmental impacts overall. And that applies to their supply chain. So there's a lot more talk about it. There's a lot more action, and carbon balanced paper is a way for companies to do that. To date in Europe, for example, over 3,000 companies have used the program, offsetting 190,000 metric tons of CO2, or balancing, I should say, and at the same time protecting a lot of threatened and endangered forests that are taking up carbon, and I can explain that in a little more detail.
Great. Yeah, if you would, just tell us a little bit about how this whole process works.
Yeah, we work in partnership with a global conservation called the World Land Trust. And the World Land Trust operates throughout the world. They protect endangered forest habitats that are in threat or threatened of being lost, and also home to a lot of endangered species. Globally, 10 to 20% of greenhouse gas emissions that contribute to climate change are coming from loss of forest habitat. And by setting those areas aside, protecting them, we ensure they can continue to take up carbon. If they weren't protected, they would be cleared for agriculture or other developments. So the idea here is to focus on areas that are taking up a lot of carbon, but also home to a lot of endangered species and are basically threatened habitats. So we work with the World Land Trust. We look at the carbon emissions of paper manufacturing, and we balance those emissions off with investments into World Land Trust forest projects. And that ensures that the carbon that's being taken up in the forest balances the carbon emissions of the paper products.
Okay, great. So how are carbon emissions balanced? Where is the money invested?
Yeah, the money goes directly to the World Land Trust in their projects. So I'll give you an example. One of the forest areas we're working on right now is called, I want to get this right, Khe Nuoc Tron, and it's in Vietnam. So Vietnam is actually one of the most biodiverse countries on Earth, and because of very rapid development, some of these areas are threatened. So by working with the World Land Trust, we invest in their projects. So for example, they are on the ground in Vietnam. They have an infrastructure where they work with local communities in protecting very large areas. This Khe Nuoc Trong in Vietnam is over 50,000 acres. It's got, I'm just reading a bit of my data here so I don't mess up. It's got 40 globally threatened species. And by investing via the Carbon Balanced Paper Program, we can make sure that that carbon continues to be taken up by those forests because they are under pressure of getting degraded or cleared. So That's the kind of investment, and that's where a lot of the money goes. So when you carbon balance, and there are other projects across the world, in Central America, in Africa, but that's one we're focusing on right now.
Great. So tell us, how do companies, printers, and others take advantage of the CBP program?
Yeah. Well, first of all, we've got a pretty good website. It's Carbon Balance Paper NA, as in North America.com. And you can contact us via the Carbon Balance Paper website. One of the neat things about the program is that it has a very strong marketing and communications angle. So any company that decides to carbon balance can use our logo on their paper and print communications. Most people are familiar with the FSC or SFI logos on paper. Well, carbon balance paper has its own logo with a unique identifier for every project. So it's tracked very carefully. And many of the companies, if not all, that are carbon balancing put the logo on their publications or their products. And in addition to that, we've got brochures, fact sheets that our partners can use to promote the program. We've got social media underway in both Europe and North America. And basically, we want to make sure that the companies benefit from using it. So the marketing component is a lot stronger than other programs out there. So to benefit, you would basically go to the website. You can contact us via the website, or you can send us an email at info@carbonbalancedna.com. We work with 3 partners. So far, we've got 3 paper distributors that are providing their products as carbon balanced. Midland Paper and Packaging, WCP Solutions, both in the US, and then in Canada, we're with Westworld Paper. So you can buy carbon balance paper via those 3 merchants. Any of their printing and graphic writing grades. Yeah, that kind of covers it, I guess.
Now, would you look at printers? You think a lot of printers will want to have like FSC certified paper along, and this would be something additionally they would do? You think companies will be making choices on what is the better way to go? What's your thought on that?
There's no real competition with FSC or SFI. I think it's just another tool in your portfolio, whether you're a printer or an end user, a brand making catalogs or magazines. The logo can sit right next to the SFI or FSC logo. We're not competing with those products. It's just another tool in your environmental portfolio, and that's how our merchant partners are selling it as well. So it's offsetting carbon emissions, and it's additional to FSC or SFI. So it's been used, as the logo's been used next to those other logos on a number of different publications and products, from greeting cards to magazines to catalogs.
Gotcha. Now, so a printer at the distributors that are now, involved with this program, as a printer or someone that is buying paper, they would just ask that they would like to look at purchasing the carbon balance paper when they make their purchases for paper.
Definitely. You can contact Midland, WCP, or Westworld if you're in Canada, and ask that your order be carbon balanced. If you're not dealing with any of those merchants, you can contact us directly, and we can work with you. Anybody can carbon balance. It's not exclusive. The merchants do get a preferred rate, so it's probably better for you to go to our merchant partners, but you can come directly to us as well.
Excellent. Bill, sounds like a really great program. I mean, this interview is going to be part of our metallic decorating and sustainability week, which starts this week, and you'll be part of that program. So we really appreciate you joining us. Tell us what's the website again, the new website?
The website is carbonbalancepaperna.com.
Okay, great. If anybody has other questions, they can get on there, and I'm sure there's a way to send Phil an email too. So, Phil, thanks again. I'm sure we'll be in touch and talk soon.
Thanks, Jeff. Have a great day.
Thank you.